I'd like to talk to you about some asset protection benefits of trusts. And when in talking about asset protection benefits for trusts, we're usually talking about trusts for somebody else or trusts that are irrevocable. But even a living trust can have some significant protections, but most of those protections are for the benefit of people down the road. As you may have heard me say on other videos before, the general rule here in the United States is you cannot create a trust for your own benefit and protect it from your creditors. But you can create a trust for someone else's benefit and protect it from their creditors. What types of creditors are we concerned about? Well, an example that you may have heard about is a car accident where a claimant's claims, if somebody's seriously injured and it's somehow deemed to be your fault or partially your fault, could exceed the amount of the insurance. If property's in your own name, not protected by a trust that have these asset protection benefits, creditors could get access to those. Other types of creditors that we may not know about right now, down the road, divorcing spouses, assets in a trust for the benefit of a person or that person's separate property. They're not going to be part of the division in the event that there's a divorce down the road. So if you leave property to a child that's in an appropriately prepared trust, that child ends up later going through the divorce. Half of your inheritance does not go with the divorcing spouse. So that's one type of protection. Another type of protection to think about that you can have in trust is to the extent any beneficiary that you have might have special needs or a need for a special needs or a supplemental needs trust where they may be getting benefit from the state based on certain resources that they have. But if they receive an inheritance, that would disqualify them from those benefits that they're receiving. There are ways that you can leave property to them in a trust that would allow that trust to be available for supplemental needs, not for necessarily the needs that would disqualify them from the benefits that they're receiving. So if that's a possibility, that might be a reason for you to leave assets to beneficiaries in trust to protect it from to make sure that they're not disqualified from some sort of program that they will be on. And then any other just sort of general liabilities that people can have, people that are in high liability professions. If you have beneficiaries that are physicians or that are engaged in a business activity that may include a significant amount of risk, where they could be sued and there may be successful creditors against them that you don't know about now. If you leave the property to them in a trust that you created for their benefit, it can be protected from their creditors if it's structured appropriately.